62% of Florida voters voted early or by mail. But the few voting at this polling station today will still be greeted by the flags and signs of those who have been campaigning at this polling place for weeks. Just a year ago, Idel's husband filmed and painted over this crack caused by the blast. But with the tremors becoming more violent and frequent, happening about 3 times a week, the crack in Idel's wall is back. And she says this time, she's not fixing it. The bike ride from Miami to DC could take Lander up to 2 weeks to complete. But he says his hope for change in Venezuela is what's keeping him pedaling. So couples that wanted bigger weddings are settling for smaller ones, but that's not stopping them from putting a ring on it. The most famous dogs around are Goofy and Pluto, but what about Cody? Ingrid Pullen has been putting smiles on the faces of Anaheim's people for almost 3 years with a dog that isn't a cartoon. Roller coasters and Ferris wheels are always fun, but not always accessible. Cody, however, is a ball of sunshine on the move. As far as helping the players progress, it's a program Golfing for Autism that hits a hole-in-one. With new health regulations come new overhead costs, but with almost 7 months without any in-person services and expecting less donations over the summer anyways, Connections Pastor Alejandro Fernandez says Calvary Church in Miramar has saved enough to cover the expenses. Earlier this month, commissioners came to a 4-1 vote to repeal the ordinance, but 2 readings are required. The second will take place next week. Both Morrow and Vice Mayor Davis hope the repeal will bring light to their community. On what's being called the election of a lifetime, this Miami Lakes, Florida polling place is relatively quiet. During early voting, the line was out the door. Not so today. But that hasn't stopped passionate supporters from getting out to campaign for their candidate.
I just felt that the country really needed us to step up and support it, that we needed to be representing the values of America.
Ralph Rakert has been campaigning next to 78-year-old Miriam Campos for the past 2 weeks. Despite their political differences, the two have been getting along.
People are coming up to us and saying that, that we have so much courage, how can you do that? This is America, don't let anybody intimidate you. This is the United States, we have a right to voice our opinions.
I have my hat and my shirt, and I hope they can read it and see it. So it's very important, but I don't like to harass people.
62% of Florida voters voted early or by mail. But the few voting at this polling station today will still be greeted by the flags and signs of those who have been campaigning at this polling place for weeks.
I have been here working for 15 days, for 12, 14 hours a day, and I'm happy to do it. And I hope we can celebrate tonight.
It is a battle for the soul and the health of our country.
For NCC News, I'm Adrianne Morales, Miami Lakes, Florida. Miami Lakes homeowners are paying tens of thousands of dollars in repairs for damages to their homes that they themselves didn't cause. Just a few miles from Miami Lakes, miners have been blasting the ground for over 30 years to collect limestone. But these blasts are causing cracks, leaks, and tremors in nearby homes. Homeowners are trying their best to keep up with damages, but these unforeseen expenses are causing financial strain.
It's been a lot of money for us. Money that we sacrificed from buying groceries to paying the bills to fix the house. So far we already have like more than $50,000. $50,000 maybe for them is nothing. For us it is.
Just a year ago, Idel's husband filmed and painted over this crack caused by the blast. But with the tremors becoming more violent and frequent, happening about 3 times a week, the crack in Idel's wall is back. And she says this time, she's not fixing it. Like Idel, Adrian Jesus Jimenez wants justice, so much so that he ran for commissioner this year in hopes of inciting change.
Here at the local level, they're trying to tell us our hands are cuffed when I don't think they are.
Residents have voiced their concerns to the town repeatedly, but even with these efforts, the town claims it's simply out of their jurisdiction. From Miami Lakes, Florida, Adrianne Morales, NCC News. Miami's event industry is helping couples say I do with a new, safer kind of event, the micro-wedding. These are weddings with 50 guests or fewer, and right now, they're what's keeping the event industry afloat.
We're booked from here even to 2022. We have so many bookings already because folks are wanting to get married. They're like, this is not going to stop us. We're just going to have less people.
This venue can usually accommodate up to 240 people, but out of precautions, Villa Woodbine is capping its capacity at 125. So couples that wanted bigger weddings are settling for smaller ones, but that's not stopping them from putting a ring on it.
And as for the market weddings, the very first one I had, which was an elopement, was June 6th, 11 people.
Although the physical party was small, thanks to Zoom and a Facebook live streaming, there was over 250 people who got to virtually attend.
All our parents and friends from our other countries was able to watch, at least watch, you know.
Those who did attend Daria's wedding in person tested negative for COVID-19 before the event. She urges other couples to be responsible about their gatherings.
I know everything about them and I can be calm, but it's only 10 people. I can't control more than 10 people, so I think it's wrong, you know. Wedding, it's your amazing day, but it's not only about you, it's about other people.
From Miami, Florida, Adrianne Morales, NCC News.